And happy Sunday. Welcome along to the Allen University Coaches Show. I'm your host, Jasher Cox. We've got a student athlete featured as a guest today, Malik Lacewell. We'll talk about his dominant and career high performance a couple of weeks ago. And of course, the head men's and women's basketball coaches here at Allen University. We'll be back with more.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes, instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. Offering products and services that put you in the lead, whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community. We're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
And welcome back into the Allen University Athletics Coaches Show. We're now joined by head women's basketball coach LaToya Jones. Coach, close, but close is not good enough. I know we're still trying to fight through and weather the storm and end this losing streak, but we'll start with Fort Valley State that came to town on Saturday. Got off to a slow first quarter, scoring the basketball, picked things up toward the tail end of the game, but a little bit too little too late. Let's recap that one.
Yes. I think that we came out just a little flat. You know, they held us to single digit scoring in a quarter. And then I think that we was able to pick up momentum and, just ran out of time with with our fight. You know, Fort Valley State is a good team. They're number one in our division. And we just knew that we was going to have to come out and supersede their energy. I think we did that for about 80% of the game. But I thought there was enough there to keep us motivated and encouraged for the fight that we had on Monday.
Yeah. And so a couple of things that, continues to stand out if you're just looking at statistical numbers on the page: shooting the ball beyond the arc, sometimes low percentage field goal shooting, and in critical moments when you've worked and clawed your way back into a game, missed foul shots. Your thoughts on that, and what message are you trying to convey to the young ladies right now?
That was highlighted actually in both games. That came down to it was a part of the final decision in Fort Valley State, just as well as last night against Albany State. That's something that we work on, because we know free throws, that's mental. You can go in there and shoot, but it's mental. It's a collection of yourself. It's, getting yourself calm, and just basically the only message you can really send is make them. But then we talk about, what are you feeling? Like, what's your routine? And all those things, sometimes, it's just a matter of putting it in the hole, and we just need to do a better job of that in the critical moments, because there have been moments down the stretch where we did really well at the free throw line, and that really helped us, but that wasn't the case again.
A pair of positives to consider, despite the losses, you hadn't gotten steamrolled by anybody. And I think, as a matter of fact, unless I'm missing a game or two, the 10-point defeat against Fort Valley was probably the largest deficit, but you're so close. you're right there. Do the ladies realize it? Like, what's taking place in the locker room, and how are they feeling?
You know, my team actually started to echo some of the things that I've said to try to keep me encouraged. Not that I was discouraged, but you know, when you're right there in the fight, it's like, oh, you know, and they started echoing some of those things that I had said throughout the season. I'm always throwing some positivity just to say, like, Coach, we're there. We see it now. We're fighting, we are executing a game plan, we're understanding, you know, some of the things that I've been trying to put out there or to tell them about certain things, it's starting to click to where it's starting to become a part of their muscle memory and their DNA and in the fabric of what I'm trying to do. So the locker room is still pretty positive, and the locker room is now taking ownership, which is very well, so where I can step back in moments to where I can let the locker room talk and they come up with their own synopsis, and then that transfers over to practice to where now I know that it's like, it wasn't just talk, it was actually communication, and it was effective communication because I'm seeing it the next day in practice.
Yeah. Additional positive to take away, Cash Hankerson has been pretty consistent. She's been pretty steady, double-figure scores the last couple of games as well. I know we're hoping that feeds off and it becomes contagious to someone else. I know you've had a couple of games where you've only had a pair in double figures, but she's always been steady for you.
Yes, she has. And you know, Cash she's just a focused player. Like when she comes in practice, you may not see her smile at all the whole practice, but doesn't mean, you know, that she's not enjoying herself but she's just a seasoned player. She's been in this conference, she's been in this league, she's seen a lot, she has played a lot of basketball. So she's like the little mini coach sometimes. When I'm trying to get a message across and they're not understanding my English, she'll repeat it and she'll be like, hey, coach is trying to say this. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, thank you, Cash. You know, just stepping into whatever role she has to. You know, Cash is one of the players that has really taken on this is it for me. You know, this is it for me, and she plays that way and she practices that way, and she just shows like, this is not a game. I'm really trying to get my best for the team. And what has really blessed me is that, you know, for the Fort Valley State game, we had multiple people scoring. Even if they didn't score double figures, we had most people scoring. In the Albany State game, there are multiple people scoring, to where the focal point for those two games were not necessarily stop Cash Hankerson. You know, okay, now you have to stop this person and that person, because now we're starting to share the ball. When you share the ball, you share the success. We're trying to get those wins, but you're sharing successful moments that we can go back and film and watch and say, look, I have proof. Look at this. Okay, let's do that again. That's what I want. So.
Yeah, well said. Let's take a quick break and we'll be back with more.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes, instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local. Fly with neighbors. Fly with ease.
There's a hidden gem in downtown Columbia, South Carolina. Are you ready to witness the epitome of grit and passion? Well, welcome to Allen University Athletics. From dazzling plays on the basketball court to the electrifying crowd, we've got tradition and we've got pageantry. Fueled by determination and unwavering spirit, coaches will push everyone's limits game after game. At Allen University, we believe in the power of unity, teamwork, and resilience. Together, we rise. Be a part of the legacy and experience the thrill of Allen University Athletics. For more information, visit our athletics website at auyellowsjackets.com.
Back out in the Rooms to Go room here on the campus of Allen University. Jasher Cox, LaToya Jones, head women's basketball coach. Coach, talk a little bit about Zion Duncan. You can see the potential. She has it in her. Great hands, nice footwork. Little young, little youthful, but you can see what she's capable of once she starts to catch rhythm and get a little bit more comfortable.
Exactly what I've echoed to her. Zion started out kind of not really knowing her body, not knowing how great she was, and trying to compete against, older, teammates that had experience with the physicality of the sport and things of that nature. And I think now that she has grown within her confidence, and she had a semester, like now she's a, you kind of say they're sophomores now, but they're not. But now she's like a second semester freshman, and she's really owning everything about her game. She is not upset about small mistakes anymore. She's not like falling out. Oh my God, coach, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's okay. Like, she is learning how to have positive mistake response, but then also just trust herself, trust the ability. Zion is one of those students or athletes that you love because she's a sponge. She is going to take what you say and she's going to put it in her heart, and she's going to try her best to give it to you, win, lose, or draw. And I just love that. So that's why her ceiling, there is no ceiling for Zion. She's just going to keep growing, and I'm going to keep watching her and be patient, but she is definitely going to be that force we need as we continue to go forward. And people are starting to recognize it now, because she is actually starting to be a part of the plan, because you can see how they're starting to play her. And I'm starting to pull that out of her too, so she can know, like, hey, there is respect. Let's keep this going.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to stay positive if you got kids giving minimum effort, but your ladies continue to give the max effort every night, and it was evident in the contest against Albany State. Came all the way down to the final seconds, and you lost by 2. Again, another one, you're just so close, but the effort was there. And I'm thinking about young ladies like Juju, who's running in the stands for balls, diving after balls, and trying to get every single rebound that comes off of the rim.
Yes, she is. She's one that sells out. Like, that's her thing. That's her confidence. It's the rebounding. It's the defense. I had one of my players mess up her thumb diving for the ball. I have another one that skidded up a knee diving for the ball. I had another one that hit her head kind of a little hard, but she's okay. No concussion, but diving for the ball, just giving it all they got, because they know that if you're the team that's going through all this, losing, how much respect does another opponent really have for you, right? So now we're taking it kind of with the chip on our shoulder, like, hey, we've been in games and are real close, but don't sleep on us, because who we are is still who we are. So those are the things, that people know about Allen now. We're fast, we're physical, we're gonna, give you a game. Even the refs, put your running shoes on, because you're gonna run up and down that court a lot with us. And so, those are some of the staples that we have now. We have more to put, but that's what I've been most proud of with my team. Just those effort moments that don't show up in the stat sheet.
Correct. I can watch basketball any day of the week, but I love Monday games for one particular reason, and it may be a crazy reason, but as soon as the cafeteria kids come over to the gym on a Monday night doubleheader, they can really make an impact. How much do you think the fans really had an impact in that, particularly the game against Albany State, where it came down to the final closing moment?
Yes, I think they had an immense factor in our fight, because I actually saw the dance team coach, I saw the cheerleading coach, I saw the pep band coach, and I went up and I said thank you to them just for providing us with that energy. And then the student body, they were calling out names, they were doing their little antics, yelling defense. All of that really helps, because the building was really rocking. I mean, especially with the defense, I felt it, and I didn't even have to say a whole lot, because the girls were just in it. It's just like having a 6th man on the court, 7th man on the court, really providing us with that atmosphere, because the atmosphere, it adds to the, success too. And I really enjoyed coaching in that environment. That was really helpful to us, and that's something that we also highlighted.
Right. And so now you get a chance to put your feet in the water for the first time against the team across the street with Benedict. That's coming up this coming Saturday. Give me your thoughts on them. What have you seen on film?
Well, one, I know this is the moment we all been waiting for. That's what I feel like telling my team. This is one of those games that's circled on the calendar. And, Benedict is a team that wants to spread you. They want to press you. They want to be able to shoot you out the gym. They also want to be able to go inside to Christmas. And I know that we're going to have a job on our hands trying to contain all the things that they do, but we do have a plan for it. And I just know that within our play, we are similar within our speed. We are similar within our attack. And so I think that the team with the most resiliency will come out with that.
Yeah, absolutely. She's head coach LaToya Jones of women's basketball. Jasher Cox will take a quick break, and we'll be back with more.
Right here, There's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes, instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. Offering products and services that put you in the lead, whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community. We're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
Now joined by men's basketball player Malik Lacewell here with us on the Allen University Coaches Show. Malik, first of all, I have to know, Brooklyn native, how did you hear about Allen University in Columbia, South Carolina?
Well, we happened to play Benedict last year, so I definitely was familiar with the area. And me and Coach Walker, we've known each other for a while, and him and my dad actually go way, way back. They played together, so you know, once he got the job, the first person that we got in contact was him. Okay,
so now you got some tea to share with us. Does Dad say Coach Walker could play or not? I have to know, because I need this for leverage.
No, he said he was a great shooter, and like I said, once he took over the point guard spot, you know, he was always looking for Coach Walker to be ready to shoot the thing, and he said he could really shoot it, you know. And my dad tells me a story all the time about how one game he had 17 assists, and he said 10 of them was to Coach Walker.
Okay, so he could score the basketball. Yeah. So I don't have any negative to say. I can't make fun of him in that case. Okay, let's talk about your time since you've been here at Allen. How's it been for you? How's the transition gone for you?
It's been a great time. You know, last year I went to an HBCU, but it was nothing compared to this as far as the fraternities, the sororities, and all that stuff. And Columbia is a great environment. It's actually it's actually a city, and I've never been in a city environment in college until here. So I love Allen, actually. So nice small school.
And so now you guys are in the midst of a 2-game winning streak after defeating Fort Valley State and Albany State respectively. But prior to that, you were on a 3-game losing streak. What was the difference in turning it around for you guys?
Well, you know, as Coach always says, we're a hard hat program. You know, we don't got time to feel sorry for ourselves. You know, we come in every day, we work hard. You know, he tells us what we need to do. He prepares us really well. So, you know, we're really prepared, and it was just our mental. Once we got our mental right, that's why we're able to get 20-point leads and stuff of that nature that we weren't able to do before, because we are very well prepared.
Absolutely. So I've seen the slogan, "Move the Cheese." It's plastered on social media. You've got it on practice gear, shooting shirts. What does that slogan mean for you guys, and how do you incorporate it daily?
Well, it's actually a book, and it's a 90-page book. And to me, what it means is like you're continuing to chase something. You know, don't get complacent. You know, he always says the cheese is stuck in Station C, and that's his thing. But you know, we want to continue to develop and grow as a team, as a collective unit. And I just feel like moving the cheese is just continue to gradually, you know, get better as an individual and as a collective.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. My last question for you is going to talk a little bit about your upcoming opponent with Benedict. They've had a massive winning streak. I know they've dropped a pair, but very difficult environment to be in, as I'm sure you guys are anticipating, but I know you got to be looking forward to the challenge.
Oh, most definitely. You know, they're a great team. Respect. They have great players across the board, 1 through 12. But, you know, Coach will prepare us. I think we played a lot of close games, so we are prepared. You know, they put their pants on just like we do. They tie their shoes just like we do. So I think we'll be ready for the challenge. And I think if you're a basketball player, this is what you work out for. This is what you prepare for. This is what you get extra shots after, before practice for. This is the moment, you know, you've been waiting for as a basketball player. So if anybody can make history, I think we can.
Last question. This is probably the most important one for me. Brooklyn or New York Knicks?
That's a tough one. I mean,
You're taking too long now.
I'm going to say Brooklyn Nets only because Knicks fans are delusional, thinking they're going to win every year. But I can tell you this, if New York ever won a championship, I don't think New York City would be a place anymore.
He is referring to me when he says delusion. I am a New York Knicks fan, and you're absolutely right. But I appreciate your time, Malik. Thank you very much for joining us.
No problem.
All right, we'll be back with more.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes, instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
Back out on the campus of Allen University, joined by Sean Walker, head men's basketball coach. Coach, the Cheese has moved the past 2 games, ended a losing streak, and now you added a pair to the win column.
Felt good. 2024 had been kind of rough to us before this week, and we had to rekindle ourselves. And I think we did a pretty good job of at least the score was in our favor at the buzzer. It seems like we don't make it easy. We can't make it easy, but it's better to figure out how to get it right when you win than it is when you don't get the win.
Yeah, well, you had been on the road for quite some time, and this past Saturday was actually the first time you had a true home environment. What I mean by that, students are back, band is there, cheers there, dance team is there, faculty staff is there, everybody is there to attend. What was that like for the first time you seeing that as a head coach?
Yeah, it was awesome. Initially when I always try to get to the building late so that the players can do their thing. They don't make me upset before the game starts, and I don't make them upset. And when I walked into the building, open the door, I hear the band. Yeah. I see cheerleaders coming down the hallway, getting themselves together, and walking out the first time, kind of walking around the gym, moving to my seat. You see President McNeely and the cabinet members there, let you know that we're actually home. Student body is off the chain, Duke environment, so to speak. Cameron crazy environment. We need to come up with a name for them. Yep. And but it was definitely an awesome experience, and I think it galvanized our players.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the contest with we started out with Fort Valley State. I'm getting the Blues confused, the blue and gold, believe it or not. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about Fort Valley State in that contest, and again, ending a winning streak, ending a losing streak, and getting to that point in what you needed.
We lost 4 games straight, and three close games, 3 winnable games, and we were able to come home. And when I walked out of the locker room, I've obviously studied Fort Valley, very closely. And when I walked out of the locker room and saw them, I didn't have any idea they were as big as they were. They're huge, and so. Certainly they were concerning on tape, but they were even more concerning. And we were playing without 2 of our post players, our centers, that were on suspension for team violations. But we did a remarkable job. We really did. We defended them. We rebounded the ball. We did a phenomenal job. We were up 27 with I think about 8 minutes to go in the game, and it was just a matter of time before we're not playing as well as we were. But at the end of the day, we had enough space in that game to be able to finish the game, and I was really proud of our young people. Demetri Patterson had a knockout game in a night, which is a testament to the fact that I say the 2 guys that he played behind didn't play. He had his best game, and that's what the basketball gods will do for you when you're a positive person. And so I was very happy for him and collectively our players.
Yeah, that's got to be exciting. Fort Valley State got up big in that contest Albany State got up big in that contest on Monday. And they worked and clawed their way back into it. Let's recap that one as well.
Albany State's a heck of a basketball team. Let's remember that Albany State beat Florida A&M early in the year, which is a Division I opponent. They scored 84 points the night before over at Benedict and came over to us, and I'm going to be honest with you, that first 20 minutes of that game was probably the best defensive game that I've seen one of my teams play in years. All right, we were flying to the ball, we were arriving on the catch, not after the catch. We were staying in front. We rebounded. We gave them one shot at the basket. We took it away from them and went down the floor and scored it. It was one of those halves where I hated to have to go to halftime. You know, I sat in the locker room, sat outside the locker room with my staff and said, what can I say bad to go in this locker room so that we can fire them up? It's really nothing to say bad. You know, we came back out in the second half. They pushed a little bit, got up 24, and then, you know, we had to struggle to get out of that gym. So I got to figure out, you know, kind of how that happens. And a lot of times, you know, I'm saying we're better together than we are apart. That's everybody. But sometimes when we get up, we become too individual. We can't play too fast. We can't shoot too quick. We've got to stay connected. We've got to stick to the script for 40 minutes. We haven't been able to do that, right? And we've you know, Coach Walker's got to figure it out because it's my fault. I tell the players when something goes bad, it's on me because I know it's what y'all telling people anyway. So you know, we've got to figure out that, but we're a very dangerous team. We are a very, very dangerous team, and we'll need to stop being dangerous and get to be really good before the year's over.
Last thing is you got to be looking forward to the upcoming contest and your first encounter with Benedict. Yeah,
so you know, these games are interesting games. I would say I've coached over at Benedict many times. I've won at Benedict a couple of times. I've seen Benedict with my own two eyes. This is going to be the first time for these guys, and what we have to do, obviously Benedict is a formidable opponent, but not any more formidable than anyone else that we have seen. We have to make this a game, a regular game. We have to prepare the same way that we normally prepare for every opponent. Understanding that it is Benedict, we get it, but if we beat Benedict, it's one win. If we lose to Benedict, it's one loss. And the championship's not going to be won on Saturday. So we've got to figure out how to play well, how to try to sustain. They're loaded for sure. They're definitely one of the top teams in the country. And we need to get prepared for them and go over there and perform one possession at a time.
Right. Well, Coach Walker, I appreciate your time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back with our final segment.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
Final segment of the Allen University Coaches Show. I want to remind you to check out our website at www.auyellowjackets.com. You can get updates on men's and women's wrestling, men's and women's basketball, indoor, outdoor, track and field, you name it. Recaps, scores, statistics, and more. You can find it all there at our official website. My time is up. Thank you for yours.